Well, good evening. The Who's today were on at Gosford. The track was good, rail was normal. There was a strong wind coming out of the northwest for races 1 and 2. Races 3, 4, 5 and 6 and even 7. The wind had died a lot. There was very little wind. And then even race 8, it wasn't until after the race was run the wind picked up and it came around from the south, so there was no wind for race 8 either. The wind didn't have any effect on any of the results. You could lead or you could come from behind. And the meeting, it was, well, the game it's completely gone to goings, isn't it? It was a ghost town. There's just a handful of people there. No one at all. A few pros. And we're betting losing figures every race. So I don't know how it works. I don't know how bookies survive betting. For instance, in the first race, there was 99.8 on the screen. Like even the price putter down as put the flux on the board. They even saw less than 100. There was only 93 in the marketplace. It wasn't worth a bumper. And the winner, Rangda, it went straight to the lead. It opened up. We bet opened up 350. We'll put it up 5-2. It got out to $4.20 and started $3.80. Fairly hard to get. And as I say, it went straight to the lead, which was thought to be the case, and it kept on going. It won by 1.8 lengths from Retort Courteous, who had every possible chance. It sat third on the fence. It went up 7-2, got out to $5, back into 5-2, back into $3.50, and down the bottom, it started second favourite. It started favourite, Retort Courteous, and down the bottom runner, Lady Shaftesbury, it finished up starting $3.70 or $3.80. You couldn't give it away at the finish, but early in the piece, early in the betting, one of the pros had a large plate of it. We put it up $3, got out to $3.20, $3.30, $3.40. It was back into $3. You couldn't get any better, but as I say, started $3.80. It got right out in the market towards the end of betting. And runners like Freshman, number 3, didn't have a price, went from $5 to $10. And also All Irish Lady Millions, number 7, it went up $7 and started 12. It wasn't worth a bumper, as I say, and we only gave 93, and the winner was backed. Race 2, this was won by the first starter, trained by Chris Lees. We didn't give them a chance to be on it really, but they did lay it on what we offered. Senator Noche, I'm talking about, number 3, as I say, having his first start, was taken straight to the lead, ridden by Christian Reef, and we put it up $1.70, and it's fluctuated around that price. Best price you could have got was $1.75. I didn't see $1.80 on one board, but the $1.75 was laid on, and it was very hard to get towards the end of betting. Started about $1.65 top odds, and it was taken straight to the lead, as I say. And the runner that was chasing it ran second, Calvin. It was always a good 2 to 3 lengths behind it, and it finished up getting it beat that margin. 2 lengths was the margin, and nothing to say. They all had their chance, and it was a lackluster betting race. The next race, have a look at this race. On the screen, 98.1 on the screen, and only 90% in the marketplace. And this was won by Shadow Me. Bookies gave $5.50. We put them up this way: 7-2 Wimpole Street, 2-1 each at 2, 2-1 a pair Lee Nizam and Shadow Me, equal favourites. And then down to 8-1 the next runner, 7-1 D Nandalfin, and 40s and 50s the bottom pair. Well, it was back number 5 D Nandalfin, and it firmed in from $8 into $8 into $4.60. It ran fourth. The top one, Wimpole Street, it went from $4.40 out to $5. Lee Nizam went from $3 out to $3.50 back into $3. And the winner, Shadow Me, it was extremely hard to lay, but not if you gave the $5.50. The pros had the pros. If you offered them $4.50 to make you laugh, they'd take it. And we went from $3 out to $5.50 back into $5. And the Netherlands, it went straight to the lead and didn't set a real fast pace, even though it did lead. The field was completely spread out here. Looked like it was going. You'd think the way they were spread out, it's just that the others haven't got much pace. And the winner was 4 lengths at one stage behind it, Shadow Me. And by the time they'd got to the turn, he was breathing down his neck, and it finished up winning by 1 1/4 lengths. They all had their chance there, and the winner was most probably the best run. The next race, 4 of them went across the line together. Now on the screen it said 100.8. In the marketplace there's only 97%. And 4 runners, as I say, went across the line together, with one of them, Are We Acting, who came from second last on the fence, looking for a split after they turned for home, and halfway up the straight. It never came. It was very tight racing. They raced tight and they hit the line, and the runner that took off coming down the side, ridden by Killer Kath O'Hara, Hello Mister, which we gave $21, only put it up $9, 8 to 1, got out to 21, back into about $16 or $17, and it took off, as I say, down the side and moved up to the leaders. Looked like it was a spent force on the turn, but it outplugged them down the outside and put its bib in front to beat Newell right on the line by nose, as I say, and only another more or less head or another nose away. In third place was Rosewater, who came from sliding through about third or fourth on the fence. And as I say, after trying to get through in between runners was Newell, but it was squeezed out sort of thing, and it ran fourth and was only beaten 0.7 of a length. And the fluctuations, well, Are We Acting? It was hard to lay. As I say, we only bet 97. It wasn't worth anything. It went up $2.80, very skinny, got out to $4.20, back into $4. Newell, it was back $3.50 out to $3.80, taken at one stage into $3.50, but it got back to $3.80. The winner we gave $21, as I say, and it was taken. So the next runner was hard to lay, Striped Cat, $5.50 out to $8.50, and Hello Gorgeous, it had a few supporters, 15 to 2, $8.50 into $7.50. Rosewater never had a price, from $7 out to $17, and State General, it opened up around about $8 and got out to $9 or $8.50, back into about $8, and it had its chance. The race was no good, and run the race over again and we'd get a different result. Race 5, there was 101 on the screen. In the marketplace, a very skinny 92%. Hallelujah. Now this winner, Furious Jet, I gave $6 about this runner, and it came from it was sat third in the race, and was able to get past the leaders after straightening, and coming from a clear last in the field of 6 was the second pick, Bilko. Well, no, what am I talking about? The second pick, it's actually started favourite, Bilko, or at the death they might have started 2s a pair, $3 each at 2. But Bilko was very well backed at one stage and was clear favourite with a couple of minutes to go. We put them. It came from. It showed no pace and was 3 lengths behind second last horse, which was Furious Jet actually. Furious Jet was second last, and it was 3 lengths behind it after they'd gone 3 furlongs. But it was hooked out wide, and they got right away from the others. Well, it was 2 lengths away to the third horse. But betting wise, the Black Ferrari, we put it up very short. We said, we'll have you 5 to 4. They said, we'll have nothing of that. And it had to, we got it out to $3.20 before it was really backed. And they took $3.20 and $3.10 towards the end of betting. Bilko, it went up $3 second pick, or $2.80 even, got out to $3.50. In one stage it was into 2.80. Could have got $3, I think, as they jumped. Furious Jet put it up third pick, $4.60 out to $6. It was a bit hard to lay. Next runner was well backed, Tapper Keg. I bet $9 about Tapper Keg. I wasn't that keen on it. It only started $6.50. The next runner was back Pride Land at one stage from $26 into 17, but got back to 21. And they even took the $31 Admiral's Order. And why wouldn't they even take the 31 when all you had to do was back every runner at the top price? We gave 92%. How could you possibly lose? Now, race 6, here's another doozy. This is a rip snorter here. On the screen it said 98.7 in the marketplace, only 90%. And there are a few, without going into it, there are a few hard luck stories in this race. The two that crossed the line together were out of trouble up in the front, up near the lead. Coming across from barrier 11, the outside alley, was Cloud Dancer, who ran second here last start at Gosford. Showed good speed again. It went straight across to the lead. And sitting up on the south side was the winner, Dragon Wheel, trained by Cummings, ridden by proper Peter Roble. And it was able to bob the leader on the line to win by a nose. And as I say, there were quite a lot of, there were a few hard luck stories in the race, both probably the second, third, fourth and fifth runners. They came from well back after copying bits of checks at the start and looking for runs in the race. And they were especially numbers 6 and 7. They were back. Well, starting favourite in the race, not opening up favourite. The second horse opened up favourite, Cloud Dancer, and it didn't have a price. I was $10 when they jumped. It went from $4 to $10. And starting favourite in this race was the very well backed Mighty Lucky. It opened up $7, and at one stage it was into $3.80, and it more or less started that price, about $3.80. They had a large plate, 3 large plates of that of Mighty Lucky, and unfortunately got squeezed out at the start. Was held up slightly, turning for home. Did make up plenty of ground, but even if it would have come out, I doubt whether it would have won. What else was backed in this race? Oh yes, the fourth horse, Very Unlucky. It got squeezed out at the start also and did make up plenty of ground. Talking about Sting, I didn't want to miss Sting. You won't see it in the flux. I think it's the flux go 5.50 opening quote. I bet $12 like a complete fool. $12 to kick off the betting, and it only started $6.50, hard to get. Whereas the winner, Dragon Wheel, it was backed. It went up 7 to 2, $4.60, clear second favourite. The bookies reached for it and got it out to $7, which was taken, and they did take the $6 or the $6.50 right towards the end of betting. There were a couple of other runners backed in the race, but nowhere as well as Mighty Lucky, who didn't get the cash. And by the same token, the winner was backed. I think it might have been backed twice, not only at the death, but it was back halfway during the betting as well, but then got back out and then came back in. Race 7, they said 105.1 on the screen. I can assure you there was only 98% at the top odds, and this was a bad result for the captains for the simple reason we took one of the pros on, and he had three nice plates of syncopated. It got a good run. Going straight to the lead was the locally trained Style, who didn't start favourite. It was $4 when they jumped, Style, on my board, and the winner started favourite at $3.70 syncopated. It went to the lead as a Style, and syncopated looked at it and was able to beat it by a half a length in the last 20 or 30 metres. And coming from well back in the field from second last position to grab third was Champagne Dynamite, and it was well backed at one stage. The betting, well, number 1, Pot Luck, it didn't have a price. It went from $4 to $7. Syncopated, we put it up $3.50 equal favourite with Style, the second horse. It got out to $4.20 syncopated. It was into $3.50 at one stage, got back to $3.70. Style, we put it up, as I say, $3.50 equal favourite. It got to $4. It was $3.50 to $3.80, back into $3.30, but back to $4. Champagne Dynamite went from $7 to 10, back into 8. The next one runner didn't have a price, although I did lay it very well. Went from 17, when I say didn't have a price, it did have a price with me. I laid 2,100 at one stage, and I think I might have laid 4,100. It started 50s on my board, talking about Crazy Heart. And I'll tell you something about this race after I give the rest of the flux. It started 50 to 1 on my board. The next runner, Handle with Care, it was backed. It was $6 out to, why wouldn't it be backed when there's only 95? $6 out to 8.50, back into 7.50. Ruby Love went from $7 out to 9, back into 7.50. And the bottom one, Syrian Lioness, it went from 51 to 101. Now, this race, I think it broke down after the race too, number 5, Crazy Heart, or it pulled up sore, one of the two. Anyway, it sat midfield, 3 wide on a limb, and it was only beaten 3.1 lengths. The form out of this race isn't worth a cracker. Now, we come to the last race, and the Avery got the cash here. They, I didn't see it, but they say one captain on the fence, he gave $2.20 about this. It did open up evens on some other boards. It flucked evens. The pros asked me how much I wanted at $1.80 at one stage. It didn't start that price. It only started $1.70, but I think someone said that $2.20 was given about it. But I don't know whether it was laid or was there and not laid. But apparently evens was taken. I was watching the replay from the race previous, and the dollar evens was taken. The $1.90 was laid on, the $1.85 was laid on, and the $1.80 was laid on for whatever you wanted into $1.70. Hard to get at one stage. Got back out to $1.80, but back into $1.70. Even $1.65 was $1.65 when they jumped, and it was very confidently ridden by Sam Clipperton. It jumped out, was in between runners, not far from the lead, but he just eased back into about 6th or 7th position. And when they turned for home, he got a middle split and accelerated very quickly. And the filly went straight through the gap, and she finished up winning by 1.3 lengths, beating Cosmic Glow, number 2. Now, how's this for a set of fluctuations? Now, I don't care what you look in the what you say in the on the flux screen. I was $51. It did go up. It did go up $8. Cosmic Glow, a 7 to 1 chance. I was $51 when they jumped. Didn't crack it for 1 Oxford. No one said $1 on it. I was $51, and it couldn't write its name. And it sat 3rd on the fence. And when it was trying to ease around the leader's heels after they'd straightened for home, along came the Avery and just pushed Mrs. C. Smith back into a pocket, and it gave it a bit of it just went straight past it, and the favourite got clear, and then it got once that the favourite got through, it got clear of the horses in front who were weakening, and it ran a good cheeky race, and it ran a lot better than this price fluctuation suggested. It got beat 1.3 lengths, and coming from a clear last and making up a mile of ground, hitting the line well, was a first starter trained by Chris Lees, I think, ridden by the brilliant Blake Shin, his first day back today. Purple, how do you say this? Horse, Purple Ram, or whatever it is. It didn't have a price. It was $41 when they jumped on my board. It went up 16 and got out to 41. And as I say, it settled back in last position and got inside a runner after turning for home, gave it a bit of a brush and made up a mile of ground, and then he got beat 1.5 lengths. It'll be, or if it starts in the provincials next start, it will be close to favourite wherever it starts, especially only at the provincials. That's about all I'd say there. The betting in the last race, there was 102.6 on the screen, but not to be. There's only 98 in the marketplace, of course. We give 100 every race, under 100 nearly every race. Well, that was about it. The game's fly blown, and we've got a fat 6 races on tomorrow night at Canterbury Park. Geez, isn't that lovely? 6 races. They couldn't get Dr. Devon. They couldn't even get the 7. There was only 6. Anyway, she's going well, isn't she, the game? All right. Have some luck tomorrow evening, and we'll might talk after last. Good evening.